All right, let's get into it. Okay, again, this poem is called Things We Cannot Change, okay? And I want you to pay close attention. Expressions, interpretations, body language, giving off an aura only some can decipher. Communications, relations, all the same. Any contact with other humans remains. Talk, speech, say what we say, harboring a verbal. Dialect is the blame. Security, safety is what we want to obtain. Actions for satisfactions make us move, seeking peace and serenity so we can be soothed. Obsessions for corrections to feel whole, wanting to be leaders or at least have control. Thoughts for the thinker, words for the speaker, steps for the mover, cheats for the creepers, corners, goals for the winners, swords for the losers, buys for the shoppers, bounce for the hoppers, moisture for the soft, brick for the hard. With my toes I step, step goes my toes, to give education to those who want to know, ignoring those who have dismissed, sharing life with the desperate from dire situations. One leg, two legs, maybe just one, wiggle to get in, pull up my pants, I run. Everything I said here contributes to life. Only things keep us separate: racism, bias, strife. Surprise, we are all still breathing the same damn air. There is nothing that we can do to change the air that we breathe. For that, we breathe together. Things we can't change. And right on time. Fabulous. Shout out to Brooklyn. Breathe. I get a little bit of this from Brooklyn. Okay? I'm sorry. Who is this? Masked Kid back up? Let me see what he's talking about. Let me see what he's talking about. Don't go back. I got a little bit of this. All right, listen. I wanted to get into that because we have so many things that tell us that we're separate, right? The main thing I wanted to focus on was the racism, the bias, and the strife, right? Now, why do we think we're so different? Maybe it's money, right? Some of us have a bigger influx of money than others, right? Maybe a zip code. You know, in our society, zip code determines who gets more funding than other zip codes do. Some of you may not know that. Many of you do. That's why they say vote, right? Because it determines where the money goes. It determines who's paying attention. It determines who's paying attention to us, where they'll put the funding, you know, for our lives, for our our comfort, for the better schools, for better pavement on the ground. Zip code, okay? Maybe it could be body weight or your height, you know. Some people think they're better than others because they may be smaller, or some people think they're better than others because they have a little bit more meat. And, you know, some people may think that they're different because of their height. You know, I'm taller, I'm statuesque. And some of them think that they're different because they're short, and, I get more attention when I'm short, okay? Maybe it's skin. That's a big component because we live in a country, in a world, okay? Not even just the country, it's the world where your skin determines your eligibility for many things. Your skin can hinder you if it's at the decision of, or if it's at the, there's a word I'm looking for. But if it's at the control of someone who does not look like you, no matter what your skin color is, no matter what your culture is, that is a huge component in telling us that we are different. We are not the same, right? Maybe it's the size of your nose. Something so small and minute as your nose can make somebody make an adverse action towards you, something that you want, something you crave, something you desire. Okay? And your nose can be so ridiculed by another that you will go and pay money to get it fixed. I had a girl work with me one time and tell me, I want my nose to look just like yours. My nose, I was born with it. I'm fine with it. But some people are not. So something so small as a nose can determine whether or not you excel or whether or not you do not, right? The reality is there's nothing that makes us different, because since we share the same air to breathe, are we really different? If a meteor hit our country, our earth, our planet, right, and destroyed everything on this planet, no matter how different you think you are, you too will die. You too will die. All of you on every media, you too will die. Are we really that different? Maybe you were born with the sweet fragrance that somebody didn't get. I know that sounds impossible, but some people think that they are so here that their fragrance is better than everyone else. Now, we know you done paid over $100 for that bottle of perfume or cologne. I know I have. Okay? We know you paid about $3 or $4 for that deodorant. I know I did. Okay? And you're not going to tell me that your waist don't stink. Okay? But maybe if your blood bleeds green, and I see it, then you have the difference. But right now, last time I checked, and the last time I was in school, every time somebody is cut, their blood is red. Tell me how we're different. What makes you so great that you can't help people who breathe the same air as you? What makes you so great that you can't be a savior to someone that breathes the same air as you? One common source that changes us, that makes us different, is age, which most people accumulate wisdom with age, right? Outside of that, we're pretty much the same. That is all it is, okay? Nothing else is needed through this process but the ability to keep breathing. That's it. That is the only thing. As long as we are going to be breathing the same air, we are not that different. I'm sorry, people that want to say we're different. We're not. We're not. Okay? Some people, let me not say some. Everybody has something special about who they are as an individual. You may not see it, but it is a talent that we are all given. Okay, some of us can sing, like my brother Juwan that's on here. Some of us can write, like myself, and many others. Some of us can spit a couple of verses on the mic with poetry and make it hip-hop. Like my son has that ability, and so many of the other stars that we see, or that we love, or that we, patronize their shows and their work. Okay? Some of us can draw. Some of us are good with raising children. Some of us are good with education. Some of us are in situations that we don't even need to be in. Okay? Not every judge makes the best judgment. Not every police arrests the right person. Okay? Not every girl picks the right man. Not every man picks the right woman. And vice versa. If you engage in the same sex, that doesn't mean you always pick the right one. We're not different. Okay? So I wanted to play songs that remind us that we are similar in so many ways, and that we should stop allowing things to divide us. Okay? So the poem was pretty much just telling you all the different things that make us the same. Okay? Now, I'm going to say it one more time after I get this little, okay? Shout out to that Philly sound. Okay, some of y'all on here don't know nothing about this song. This is a classic. You know why I play that? Because although we think we're different, ain't no stopping us, right? We still wake up in the morning and breathe that air. We still want to feed our families. We still want to look amazing when we step out on the scene, when we're in the building or when we're outside. Okay? Moving. Okay, let me get into this poem one more time so you can get it. Okay? And I'm going to speed it up so you guys can get